In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Upwork invite algorithm. Everyone wants to get more invites to Upwork. How do you do it? How do I sort through my invites? Right now, I have 21 invites that I need to sort through, but it's a really good example of how these invites work and what's causing me to get invites to certain jobs. So how I prioritize going through these invites is first, I'll scan through these. These were all received in the last three days. And so what I'll do is I'll scan through, and I won't just go to the oldest one first. First, I'll go through and I'll find the ones that are most relevant to what I do. So anything related to being a video strategist, video content strategist, YouTube expert, those are the jobs that are going to be the most relevant. So the one right here on top is the most recent, but it's also one of the most relevant. So I'm going to apply to that first because I'd rather quickly respond to the ones that are most relevant because those have the highest chance in turning into a client than the ones that are older. But something that is really important to know about how Upwork what helps your job success score is how quickly you respond to invites. And so it's going to track, okay, Chad on average responds to invites within 2 days, within 3 days, within 24 hours. When you're responding quickly, that's going to help your chances in Upwork surfacing your profile because they don't want to keep surfacing a profile to potential clients of a freelancer who rarely responds to their invites, because then it's just going to be a waste of time if they're not responsive, right? That's an important thing for a client. So, but the relevancy is more important. So I'll go through here and I'll apply to any job that has to do with YouTube or being a video strategist. So this says digital marketing strategy, YouTube primary. That also would be really relevant. Digital marketing, but related to YouTube mostly. So I'd apply to that one as well. And then as I scan through here, as you can see, there's a lot of social media stuff. Even though I'm not a general social media expert, that's very common that you're going to get invites to things that are in the broader category that your services fit within. YouTube personal channel marketing specialist, I'd apply to that one. And then once I go through and apply to the ones that are most relevant, then I'll go to the oldest. Now this is make a YouTube video. So yeah, it has YouTube in it, but just making a video is not really what I do. I provide strategy and management and things beyond that. So that's why this is not something I'd apply to first. But then I'll go back and I will apply to the oldest one to clear that out, because the longer I have invites sitting here, like 4 days is a little starting to get too long. I like to clear my invites out within 3 days because I've noticed that helps me maintain a 100% job success score. But if I let my average go beyond that, then it can start to hurt my score. It can start to hurt how often Upwork will surface my profile. So I'll go through that one and clear it out, either accept or decline, and then I'll just go in order of the oldest to the newest after that point, because you want to be managing that, response time and whatnot. So I'm going to go into my stats to kind of show you how Upwork breaks this down. Okay, so here's my job success score, and it talks about, the clients who would recommend me, 12-month earnings, and you go down to communication. So you reply within a day. On the left side is never, on over here is always. I'm right in the middle. See, so I could do better because typically I'm too busy to reply to every invite within 24 hours. But within, see, responsiveness, 3+ day response time. See, this could be improved, but as you can see, I still have a 100% job success score and I'm still getting a lot of invites. I'm kind of right at the borderline. I don't want this to get any longer. But you reply every time, almost always. Okay, so this is the more important one that you need to be good at. You need to always reply, even if it's a week later, still go in there and either accept or decline the invite so that this is strong. This is the more important thing that needs to be all the way up here on the right. Replying within a day, as you can see, isn't as important. I'm still getting a lot of invites. I still have a 100% job success score, but I'm right in the middle. I don't want to be dropping much below where I'm at right now. So yes, I could be better. I probably need to have an assistant go in and clear invites out more often. And I'd probably get even more invites. And my profile would be viewed more often if I was a little bit higher up here, because clients, they do typically like to get a response within 24 hours unless it's on a weekend. And so this is something that I need to do a little bit better at. But as you can see, it still doesn't affect it too much. And here's, tracking the profile views. This is a good way that you can see whether, what you're doing is helping you get your profile viewed more often or not. Now, sometimes just the interest level of your specific job will go up and down throughout a year. But also, if historically you're noticing a downtrend, then you probably need to be doing something different. Okay, like right now, it's only been declining over the last week, so that's not super abnormal. But if this was declining, now, yes, this was a peak. This was an unusually high peak of profile views. I'd say my average more sits in here. So yeah, I'm going to want to see this go back up over the next week or two to make sure that things aren't declining too much. But I just wanted to, basically today is not too long of a video. I just wanted to kind of go through and explain the invite algorithm a little bit. And why is it that you get invited sometimes to jobs? That's the last thing I wanted to cover. Why do you get like I'm getting invited to a job that has to do with being an ad buyer? I don't do that. Or TikTok and Instagram. I'm not an TikTok or Instagram expert. These words are never once in my profile or past jobs. It's because Upwork is always trying to search for whatever the most relevant person is, and a lot of times it still gets it wrong, and it's going to surface your profile for something that's more general than what you do. But that doesn't mean you don't apply to the job. So social media manager, I'll still go into each one of these and I'll read the job post carefully, because sometimes I've gotten quite a few clients from jobs that were more vague to begin with, but then I pitched them on my more niche services and they still hired me for that. So you never know if they're going to be interested in your more specific services, even though they were looking for more general help initially. So or sometimes if you go through the job post and like this is stupid, like one quick sentence for the job post. I never apply to jobs that have like 0 details. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? So I would absolutely not apply to that. I would just decline that. But going into another one. Yeah, so sometimes in the message they say, hey, my job post is for this, but I'd actually like to talk to you about what you do. So anyways, that's it for today's video. That's a little bit about how I sort through invites, how I prioritize which ones to do first, and a little bit about how your responsiveness to invites affects the invite algorithm and how often you get surfaced and what your job success score is. This is helpful to you. Please let me know in the comments below what would be helpful if this wasn't, with future videos, different topics, and go ahead and subscribe. And be sure to check me out on Instagram as well, where I have short content if you like, just quick advice opposed to these longer videos. Have a good day.